We're
Welcome
back.
back into Uptown Charlotte,
The
home of
Uptown
ACC
Charlotte.
tipoff yet again this year. 12 teams today, the final 6 tomorrow. And we are with you all the way until 5 o'clock today as we enter.
So around 11:45, our players will join like the NC State against Zoe Brooks and Zamira Jones at 11:45 a.m.
Coach Matt from Boston College at 11:30, and then some more players joining us from NC State in just a little while. But right now, we're excited to talk with Stanford players.
Now let's join the Stanford players now. Nunu Agara and Chloe Cardley joins the show on ACC Tip-Off.
And you said you're kind of in the group.
Let's listen into what they have to say and see how they're reflective from last season ago.
It's great. I think it's been fun to just get all the media stuff. Yeah, I was a little nervous a couple of years ago in terms of media stuff, but now it's lots of like media training going on, so it's been cool.
How about for you, Chloe?
I agree. I think a couple of years ago it was a little nerve-wracking, but we actually just had a media training with Ross, so that was helpful.
Nice.
That's why you guys do that, yeah. Here you are.
Good time.
Yes. When you look back at last season, we know the expectation at Stanford is always sky high. What did you guys learn from that first year with Coach Pay and applying that to this year?
Yeah, I think personally I learned a lot. Lots of mistakes happened in the year, but lots of trial and error. But I think just having that, it's been really nice to just apply it to this year and taking a leadership role in terms of bringing in 5 new freshmen. So it's been nice to just be able to take what I learned from last year and apply it to this year.
I think on top of that, I think we have like 10 returners returning, so I think we're more comfortable where we're at, and so just using that level of comfortability and just competing. Every day in practice is very competitive, so just bringing in that competitive fire this year is going to be something that's different.
Well, for both of you, I want to kind of find out where you are currently in this season. Nunu, when I think about you, I think you're one of those special players. You have that chance to be one of those special players that helps Stanford compete for championships. And when I think about your style of play, it's that efficiency, that competitive spirit that was on display against LSU last year in a tough overtime loss. But you had 29 points, 13 rebounds, 12 for 16 shooting in that particular game. Like Coach Pay talked a lot about, you guys came back in great shape. Like, what are you looking to do this year to put your imprint on this season?
Yeah, I think what starts with me growing as a player and making that big step is my leadership. Being able to be just a lot more mature in my game and being efficient. I forgot I was a little efficient last year, but taking that up a new level. And so, yeah, those are.
And Chloe, for you, last against Virginia Tech. Yeah. You hit some big buckets at crucial times. And so now it's all about consistency. Like, what have you done this offseason to make sure that you can consistently put out a performance like that?
Yes, I think, like you said, consistency is the word. I think just showing up every day, just doing whatever my team needs me to do, no matter what that looks like, defense, offense, just being me and then showing that every day. And just, like you said, just the consistent piece. That's something that I have and that's something I can bring.
As you said, Angela, Chloe, you really stepped up in that final stretch of the season. Nunu, you were out with injury. What's your status? How's your health? Like, how are we feeling going into the year from that regard?
100% healthy. Feeling good.
Right. Look at that smile, too.
Feeling good.
And I know that makes your teammates happy as well. But obviously, the injury happened, but you guys had to adjust to so much. Being in the ACC, the travel, and just all that craziness. What do you think you learned of how you could handle that going into year 2?
I think we built a routine. Classes were tough at first to manage a little bit in terms of just the travel, but I mean, we talked to our professors and they were very lenient. They're really nice. And yeah, just having that scheduled down and doing lots of homework on the plane.
Oh, well, and classes literally just started for you guys about a week or so ago on campus. So now you have to balance both, like academics and athletics. But for the last month or so, you've been able to be on campus with the new players. You have a bunch of newcomers here, some freshmen that are standing out. Who surprised you or impressed you thus far in preseason practices?
I think all of them. I think all 5 freshmen are doing great. They're fitting right in. I think just we had a hard spring and we had a hard summer, and so I think just bringing that competitiveness every day, doing the things the Stanford way. It's very competitive in our gym every single practice, and so it's competitive, but it's a friendly competitive. And like it helps build us
The
into the
women's and
players that we're going
men's,
to be this
both of
season.
them.
We got to drill down into that hard spring and hard
Yeah,
summer.
tell us more.
Yeah, I'm getting curious. To define what a hard spring and hard summer was.
We was on the track. We was,
Y'all
we
were
was
the
on the
track team
sand.
again.
We was on the turf. Yeah, we were in the pool. We was everywhere. But lots of hard workouts. But I mean, I wouldn't trade it for anything else. So.
Decathletes. It was like the decathletes on campus.
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh man, you're taking me back to some
Yeah.
other time." But as you
Yeah.
said, you wouldn't trade it for anything because you know putting in that work where it gets you guys. And I look at you sitting here with the Stanford across your chest. I know that you know what it means, and you guys know what it means to be able to play there at such a storied program. Pressure is a privilege. Everybody always says that. So, Chloe, for you first, what did you guys kind of learn through last year in navigating some of those hard times about the pressure that you feel to continue the legacy that's there, but just keeping it in the moment at the same time?
I think we learned a lot last year. We went through a lot of different situations. Just the travel, being in ACC. I think that we fit right in the ACC. It's very guard heavy. The pace is fast, and I think our team fits right into that. And so we're going to compete this year, and we're going to be a championship team. And so I think just getting back to that Stanford way, which really is the Stanford way, and just being competitive, showing up every day, being unselfish, really being bonded with each other is going to separate us from last year.
Nunu, for you, coming back, one of the leading scorers in the ACC returning, what do you feel like is the next step for you personally in your game? What were you working on this offseason besides being in the sand and in the pool and on the track?
Yeah, I think the main thing that I focused on is being the best shape as I can, and staying healthy. I feel like that was a big issue with me, just being healthy last year and making sure that I'm as durable as I can and getting in that weight room and getting on the sand and the turf and the track, making sure, I feel like when you're not tired, you're at your best. So I'm trying to be at my best at all times, and so, can't be tired.
When you're out 6 games like you were at the end of last season, there's an opportunity for you to be able to take a look and see, be an extension of the coaching staff. Mm-hmm. What did you see, and how can you position yourself to be able to help by being a coach?
Yeah, I think it was good. I mean, obviously in the moment, it's terrible to be out. I've never been out for a game ever, and so it was definitely different. But I think, like, seeing my teammates grow and seeing them step up, and it was, like, really amazing to see and watch them grow, and then being an extension of the coaching staff, like, it's different when you hear something from a coach than from a player. Obviously, you hear stuff from your coaches all the time, but hearing something from me, Chloe, anyone on our team, it's a little bit different. And so being able to see that and be like, hey, like, make this correction, or hey, like, you're doing a good job, etc. I think it was really, really nice to just, get that different perspective.
Well, Chloe, talking about what hits a little bit different, I've heard that your workouts with your father are legendary. Like, what are those like? And when did you start working out with your dad?
I started working out with him since I could dribble. My dad's a coach, so he's been my coach all my life. Him on top of the combination of my sister and my brother it's a tough workout, and I don't always enjoy them, but I feel like they're what got me to this point. And so he's going to be on top of me about everything. My parents make it to basically every single game, so he's always there, and he's always sending me messages every day about do this, do that. And so it's been amazing having him.
What was, for both of you guys, you talked about the Stanford way and becoming, as you're growing up and falling in love with basketball, what do you remember about Stanford? Like, seeing them on TV, obviously winning national championships. When did you first realize, hey, Stanford might be where I want to end up?
I think I realized in my freshman year of high school, I just saw how great the program was, like, top to bottom, regardless if you go pro beyond college or not. I mean, people go and do such great things after college. I remember just seeing, like, this is excellence. Like, I came from high school that, like, produced excellence. So I'm like, okay, like, I want to go to a college as well that produces excellence. And so I remember just being shell-shocked and, like, this is the place I want to go to.
Right, on top of that, I mean, they play so hard. And so I've grown up watching basketball, and I used to watch their games, and they play so hard. And plus being coached under Tara Vanderveer, that's, like, amazing in itself. So just looking at that was great.
When you think about the ACC conference, you had a chance to play 17 teams last year. What would your assessment of the ACC be?
The ACC, it's very fast paced, very guard heavy. It's very competitive on all levels. Every single game you play, you're gonna have to compete. And so I think just the competition level, it's like top.
We talked a lot about competition, and we talked a lot about all the hard things that you guys did this offseason. Nunu, do we have any fun stories? Like what outside of all the training, because we're excited to see that on the court now,
Yeah.
what else was going on?
I mean, yes, we had a lot of team bonding activities. I mean, I will say Uno is a very, very tough thing in the Stanford women's basketball locker room and everything that we do. Uno, it gets down and dirty. Personally, I'm a big trash talker in
making a
Uno.
comeback.
Yeah, Uno, I'm a big trash talker
Trash
in Uno.
talking in Uno.
Yeah.
Draw 4.
Yeah, I don't play drop 4. Yes. Yeah, I don't play. And like people be cheating. They be cheating. I was like, nah, we're not gonna do that. But yeah, definitely lots of fun times for sure.
Let me give you a new card game, Monopoly Deal. I'm obsessed.
Ooh.
It's the best thing ever, and it will be it's so good. It's so competitive. So if you guys get tired of Uno or you're just beating everybody too much, you can switch over to Monopoly Deal. But I have a feeling you guys are going to get pretty busy soon and not have as much time for that. We appreciate your time here today, guys, and best of luck this season.
Thank you so much.
All right, coming up on the other side of this break, we heard some from Virginia.